I am here with Joe, hoping to be the next working class officer. Can you tell us why you want to be working class officer?
So I want to run for working class officer just because I think really represents what I believe in. Sort of dealt with a lot of working class issues over my life, from quite a disadvantaged sort of area, sort of not a lot of progression to university, and I want to make sure that we can sort of increase that population at York that we have of working class people, because at the moment it's quite low, I'd imagine.
Okay, and so in your main policies, you want to introduce a scheme to increase recruitment of working class students. If elected, how are you going to achieve this?
So I think the main idea in that is that we just increase our ability to sort of recruit these people, sort of posters, sort of everything that we can to really aim at these working class students. So provision like the York bursary isn't extremely well advertised. I think if we really push that, we can really try and get these working class people to consider York as a viable option instead of like perhaps other universities.
Cool. And you also want to provide a better provision for current working class population by establishing a working class network. Can you explain a bit more about this?
Yeah, okay. So at the moment, obviously, we have LibWealth. That covers quite a wide network. We have women's, LGBT, so on and so forth. I think we really need a working class network just like that to go to the LibWealth meetings, ensure that the LibWealth committee is aware of working class issues, because at the moment there's no representation. And I think that establishing that network of support for students would really help bring their issues to light.
So, and you also want to tackle the class-based discrimination against students. What examples of this have you seen, and how are you going to go about to stop it?
So I was discussing this in a group chat with some people the other night. I went to Salvation, a nightclub on Saturday night. Whilst I was in there, a York student described a lot of the local populace and also a lot of the student populace as, I quote, a bunch of commoners. And I think that's the kind of attitude we really need to be sort of tackling here, because I find that that's quite a recurrent theme with a lot of students, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be sorted with and a proper institute system to deal with that. And we haven't really got that at the moment.
Cool. So as you know, the working class officer is a new position after a vote last term.
Yep.
How are you convinced people that voted against the idea or might be quite sceptical of the idea of a working class officer? How are you going to persuade them that it is actually worthwhile and that use is needed?
Well, I think the exact same way that we persuade people that LGBT is an appropriate issue, just really highlight the issues that we're facing and the solutions that we have to them, and show people that this is something that we can really actually deal with and better the lives of people that are working class.
So in the last few seconds now, why should students vote for you?
You get a fair democracy, and also I think I'm believable, friendly, and I think we've definitely got a good working class officer out of me.
Cool, thank you.
Cool.
This is Candidate Interview Night
on URY.
And that was it, the last interview of